All right. So player asked, what should black people be? Come on up, player. Let's actually speak about it instead of going back and forth in the topic in the comments. I mean, let's see. All right, y'all. So go ahead and keep liking the live and sharing. Once again, I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, I do have the answer, player. I just want you to come up and so we can actually discuss it instead of me responding to your comment. And by the time I respond to it, you said something else. We might as well just talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like in real life. All right. So for the guy who edits, if you don't want to be here, what you could just keep scrolling instead of dropping a stupid comment. You can just keep scrolling, bro. All right, DYU. You were up here, DYU, the other day, but then you just dropped. I don't know why, but you could come up as well, DYU. I don't know if I can't invite you either, but you can go ahead and come on up. But yo, I have a thing, right? I don't actually like talking to comments unless I'm doing like an Ask Me Anything type of live. I don't like talking to the comments. I just say, just come on up so we can discuss, because us going back and forth in the comments is a waste of both of our times. It's better that the people actually hear what you have to say, because over on YouTube, they can't see the comments on TikTok. You know what I mean? They can't see those. And here on TikTok, they can't see the comments on YouTube. So I'm like, y'all might as well just come up and actually speak to me and give your argument instead of just going back and forth in comments. And not only that, like I said before, by the time you say something, by the time I finish what I'm saying, you're going to say anyway. So you might as well just speak to the person. All right, player, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I really have no idea what you're talking about. You jumped to what religion should black people be to if you have the truth, stop dancing around. I never said anything about having the absolute truth. This is stupid. All right, so let me just go ahead and answer you, player. Black people should, when it comes to religion, right? When it comes to religion, you all have a choice of what you want to do. You can do whatever the hell you want, right? But you should always think critically about what you're going to believe. That's always what I say. Think critically about what you're going to believe. If you're going to be a Christian, Muslim, whatever you're going to be, see if there's actual reason, is there actual evidence behind what you want to believe. And if you understand that that doesn't exist, but this just makes you feel better or whatever, go ahead and do that. You can do whatever you want, right? But the reason why I say black people shouldn't be Christian or Muslim, especially not Christian, is because it's the religion of our enslavers and it was used to oppress us, both of them. So we shouldn't be those. Black Hebrew Israelites is bullshit, right? It says that we're from the Levant. We're not from there. Yeah, I mean, so it's that's this last one, B.A.H, it's just bullshit. But Christian and Muslim, they have a history of oppressing and denigrating and enslaving us. We should not be the religion of our enslavers. All right. So you should do whatever feels right to you. Go ahead and do whatever feels right to you. And if that's Christianity, that's Islam, I'm going to disagree with your decision, but it's your decision. But if we're going to choose one, I would say if you have to be one, I would rather us go back to our cultural traditions, the ones that we had before Christianity and Islam entered the picture. But those are bullshit too. Like those we don't know if those are real either. But we should follow what the evidence shows us. That's what we should be following. Yeah, the Nation of Islam is stupid too. Now, here's what I say. I respect the Nation of Islam. I actually respect them because of the work that they've done in the community. So I absolutely respect the work that Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, I think Brother B.A.A.S.H right now, 19 Keys. I respect that the work that they want to do in our community to uplift us, for racial uplift. I respect that work. Do I think what they're saying about religion is true? Nah, that shit ain't true. They believe that white people was invented by a scientist named Yakub. That's stupid, bro. That's nonsense. People in the NOI believe that white folks were created by a mad scientist named Yakub, who had like a head the shape of the shape of McDonald's sign. That's fucking stupid, bro. Like that makes no damn sense whatsoever. And not only that, they've been doing a lot of weird shit with the Church of Scientology. It's all nonsense. You know what I mean? So I respect the civil rights work that the Nation of Islam has done within the community. 100% respect it. You'll never see me sit here and disrespect Malcolm X, disrespect Louis Farrakhan, disrespect any of those people, right? I will not disrespect any of them. But do I think their religion is true? No.
I came back. Should I just remove myself?
Yeah, you can remove yourself. It's all good. We'll talk later. All right, so we're just going ahead and wait for anybody else to come back up. It's always weird when people ask me what should black people be. We don't have to be a religion, y'all. We don't have to be a religion. Like what when you say what should black people be, we don't have to be a religion. We've tied these religions so much into our identity that when I say you shouldn't be that, son, you're asking, oh, if I'm not gonna be that, what else am I gonna be? Like, you don't have to be Christian or Muslim. You don't have to be those things. You can be nothing. You really can be. You don't have to be any of those. And here we go with the Ethiopians were Christians before Europeans were. Hey, you realize that Paul was preaching to the church in Corinth, right? So if Paul was preaching to the church in Corinth is in Greece, that shows that they were Christian before us, doesn't it? It's oh my goodness, insane. Yeah, player says I believe that. Player, I don't know what you're talking about. This is what I'm saying, bro. That's why I said just come up, because when you write that comment, I believe that. I don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I said, player, that you should just come up and we should speak instead of you just sitting in the comments and listening. Because now when you write a comment, I have no idea what you're referring to. This is what I mean, bro. Like, it was you could have came up, bro. Is that this would have been a lot easier if you were just here. I would have known what you're talking about. Now I gotta wait for you to put another comment instead of you just coming up and we speaking back and forth.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting and joining in, sir, but can I ask a question, an honest question, sir?
What's up?
Thank you very much. So, like you said, you said that black people shouldn't be any of these religions you have put up there because simply they were enslaved. Am I correct?
Yeah, they were used to they were the originals of our enslavers. They were used to denigrate and oppress us, and I don't think we should be the religion of our enslavers. Not only that, we can't even show that is true. Any of them are true. So
No worries.
why be them?
No worries. That's your point. Okay. What if what? So they did. So what if black people was enslaved by the atheist or the communist? Will you consider them to follow these ideologies or their religion?
Well, atheism isn't really an ideology. But when it comes to communism, if they were enslaved by communists, that's not really a religion. That's really a political viewpoint, political ideology. And I wouldn't be against black people saying that we shouldn't be communists because communists enslaved us. I wouldn't be against that either.
So the black people should be against communism if they were enslaved?
I want to say the thing is, when I say we should not be these things, that doesn't mean I'm against it, right? I wouldn't make Christianity or Islam illegal, so I'm not against it. I'm just saying that these are not religions that are from our continent, from our cultures. We should abandon them. That has nothing to do with us.
So I'm specifically asking you about communism. I know it's a political ideology. That's what I said, ideology, and atheism as a religion. Should black people leave those things if they were enslaved by them?
If black people weren't enslaved by atheists, would I say that black people probably shouldn't be atheists?
Yes.
It's a good question. I probably would. I probably would say, like, we should look into this. What caused them to what caused them to what is it about atheism that encouraged them to enslave us? Yeah, I'll call that into question.
What about the Republic of France and the British Empire?
What about them?
They aren't exactly Christian empire. They didn't constitute laws in Christianity. In the constitution,
The the British Empire. The British Empire was essentially a theocracy. Yeah, because they were Anglican. The French, the French were definitely Catholic. They were definitely Christian.
but they were secular. They didn't go. Went against this. I'm not agreeing with you on the British Empire, but the France, no. After the Napoleonic War, where he removed the influence of church from France.
That was before the Napoleonic Wars.
Specifically, I'm asking more. Okay, you corrected me. Thank you very much. So, when the Republic of France enslaved and colonized West Africa, a lot of these countries,
Mhm.
should black people detest atheism? Should they
The
believe it?
the French weren't atheists.
Weren't they rules and laws set on atheism, secular laws?
No, that was a time within France when they wanted to remove the influence of the church as much as possible, which did happen. But having secular laws does not suddenly mean that that is state sponsored atheism. Like the USSR was state sponsored atheism, and France did have that for a while after the revolution, but that changed after the French Revolution ended. After Robespierre was removed from power and Napoleon was put back into power, the church was allowed to have influence again.
Where did Napoleon allow the church influence?
Like basically he allowed like the church and the nobility and the clergy to exist, so they still had influence again, but the laws were basically secular, essentially. It just
Yeah,
wasn't based upon the church, but the church still had influence in the society. Like the around that time after Robespierre was taken out and Napoleon took back over, um majority of French went back to being Catholic.
I mean, the thing is, I did search it up through my second device. It said it would only allow to spiritual and moral guidance, but he prevented it from political power and laws.
Right. They didn't have political power. Exactly. No, but they still had just like how it is today. Like how it is today, right? In America, in the United States, like the church doesn't have political we political power. Basically, the clergy doesn't have legal power over society, but they still have a lot of influence over society.
So so the actions of the Republic of France or the Third Republic of France, to be more specifically, colonizing Africa, do should according to you should we not detest atheism?
No, because the French Empire wasn't state sponsored atheism, bro. The Third Republic of France wasn't state sponsored atheism. Again, the majority of them were still Catholic.
Okay, so okay, so let's leave it like that. I want to.
What I'm trying to say is that the French Empire didn't go into Africa and enslave people in the name of atheism. That's not what happened.
But well, I didn't ask about the atheism. While the same way that could be said for the Islamic empires, but that's a different discussion. But still, since the same way you detest Islam, no, it's the same way you said black people shouldn't be Muslim. Why they didn't enslave on the name of Islam? We'll have this discussion later. The laws of France, the Third Republic of France, is still based on secular laws, not based from any religion. So it's based on atheism. Although it didn't sponsor atheism and may have used church influence onto these African people, it was still primarily based on secular laws. Didn't they?
No, that's not what happened, man. That's not what happened. You ever heard of Dom the Verses?
I'm not good at English, sir.
All right. Well, that's more Latin. But the Dom Diverses and the Doctrine of Discovery were documents that were sent out by the church. And it said that when Europeans go out to new lands and they meet pagans, they can enslave them. They came from that document. It didn't come. So when the French went over into Africa, when the British went over into Africa, when the Germans and everything like that went over into Africa, and they were enslaving people, they were doing it because of the doctrine of discovery and the Dom Diversus, which came from the church.
When was this document made?
I think this was made like in the 12 or 1300s.
This was based on Portuguese. I don't think you can
The Portuguese, yeah. The Portuguese were another one. The Portuguese were also Catholic.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the Portuguese document. I'm talking about the Republic of France. Why are you?
But the Republic of France was not an atheist state. It was secular. The laws were secular, but the people in that and within the French the Republic were mostly Catholic, bro, and they were following the Dom Diversus.
The same way most of the armies of the most of the USSR population, although it sponsored atheism, they were still Orthodox, mix of Orthodox and Islam.
Yeah, we know that, but you keep saying that black people should now hold on, Zato. You keep saying that now black people should hate atheism because the French Republic and the Third French Republic was secular. That's nonsense.
That's what I'm basing off of your panel.
No, I'm not, because the people who enslaved the Africans were not the atheists, and they didn't do it in the name of atheism. They were Catholics, and they were following the Dom Diversus.
What? I didn't hear you. Sorry. It was kind of like
the people who when the French Republic existed, right? The French Republic was a secular state, but the majority of people in that secular state were still Catholic. All the secular state says is that the church doesn't make the rules over the land. That's all it says. But they still have influence over their morals and their spirituality, et cetera, et cetera. The French people who went into Central and Western Africa to enslave them were not atheists and doing it in the name of atheism. They were Catholics, and they were following the Dom Diversus.
Yeah, okay, so I just did a quickly Google search. The France justification of colonization of Africa, it was a doctrine that they believed they were superior. And
white supremacy, yes.
White supremacists. Okay, they were superior, and by spreading French language, culture, and values, which were in line with Napoleon, it might have some Christian element, but it wasn't primarily Christian, was it?
Yeah, it was primarily Christian.
So according to your panel, should we not also detest atheism based on that?
No. What are you talking about, bro? Atheism is a position. It's an answer to a question. It's not an ideology.
Did the ruling family and did Napoleon later on believe in God, or wasn't he?
Napoleon was a Catholic, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he detested it.
Yeah, no, he detested theocracies. Hold on, let me make sure. I think Napoleon was a Catholic. Yeah, he was baptized as a Catholic. Yeah, he was a Catholic, and he reconciled the church before his death.
Wait, hold on.
Matter of fact, he believed that religion provided stability. Yeah, Napoleon was Catholic, bro. But the fact of the matter is, atheism is not an ideology. It doesn't tell you what morals are. None of that. It's simply an answer to a question. Do you believe that a God exists? Yes, you're a theist. No, you're an atheist. That's not the way that religions operate.
So it's a way of life. So it's a way of religion. It's just
it's not a way of life. It's an answer to a question.
So are you telling me all religion is an answer to a question in a way?
Atheism is not a religion.
It is a religion.
All right, man.
All right, have a good day.
All right, man. What's going on, Bar? Bar, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm setting this mic thing, setting it up.
There he is. What's going on, man? All right, so we're I've been on probably about an hour. I'm gonna give it one more hour, and I'm gonna get off and gonna make sure that you can still continue on your end. But yes, it's been a doozy, man. I've been waiting for people to come in. Maybe now that you're here is gonna send a signal out to get more people out. So hopefully will get more people. I've been trying to have people join up, but no one will join. They just keep saying I'm going to yell at them, and I don't know why. But y'all, welcome Bar to the stage, y'all. Welcome Bar, welcome Black Atheist Rants. We're gonna go ahead and get it popping.
Yeah, but I would say most people, they don't they just don't. People don't look into like the history of religion outside of what the Bible says. They don't really know much about how it spread, who spread it, how did we get. They don't really know a lot about all of that. All they know is, well, in the Bible, Jesus had 12 disciples and he died on the cross. That's pretty much all they know about religion. And
yeah, pretty much.
Lives like this is it helps them to understand the external critique of religion. And when we say Black people should not be Christian, I like to tell people that it's a suggestion based on an informed decision. Like if you knew better, if you knew better, you should do better. I'm simply saying, well, if I present the information to you, now you have the opportunity to do better because you know more. You know that Christianity was spread to us through colonialism and violence. And I'm trying to
exactly when you know better, do better. Zato, once again, man, what's going on, man?
I'm just want to have a discussion. I don't know why you keep. I haven't said anything wrong. I'm just curious. I just want to learn. Just want to know your position more.
All right, man. So it's been like an hour for since you've been there, but go ahead. You can learn more.
See anyone here on the panel talking to you, so I decided to come along. But if someone up is gonna come up, I'm gonna leave. Okay, no worries.
No problem. You can speak to Bar. But go ahead. What more did you want to know?
I wanted to specifically say about USSR's action on. I wanted to specifically talk about USSR's action, as you said, the Republic of France is influenced by Catholicism, so it's more of a Christianity problem rather than atheism. But I don't believe that because it's obviously Napoleon during the Napoleonic War separated the church policies between the state and separated the church and the state.
We have the same here in America, but that doesn't mean that America is not a Christian, not a majority Christian nation, and that doesn't have influence.
It has influence. I'm not denying the influence, but it's still its goal and its ambition of the Republic of France when it colonized was more of a supremacist rather than religious supremacy.
Right, but where did that white supremacy came from? Where did they get that idea from?
Well, it may have roots in the Portuguese justification of colonizing Africa. I'm not denying.
Right, and where did they get that justification from?
We're believing that they have a religious order to religious order.
Exactly. So it all connects. That's what I'm saying. And not only that, when Christianity came to Africa, they did the same thing of denigrating and erasing cultural or spiritual heritage and artifacts.
I'm not here to debate on Christianity. Since it's not my religion, since it's not my topic, so it's not my position to say anything about on it.
Okay.
Are you gonna ask a question for that?
All right, not a problem. Give me a second. All right, Wayne, how's it going?
Hold up. If it's not your okay, yeah, because if it's not your religion, why are you up here?
No, I'm talking.
No, I spoke to him for like an hour.
It's all right.
He was a Muslim.
Okay, yeah.
I spoke to him for a while.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Don't go nowhere. Your ass whooping coming. Stay up here.
Wayne, I spoke to him for like an hour, so it's all good.
Why is he up here talking about Christianity if he's a Muslim?
I'm 47.
Oh, I didn't talk about Christianity. He was a.
All right, okay. Wayne is up here. We'll get to you in a minute. Wayne, you said you're 27?
No, I said I'm 47.
Okay. Black people shouldn't be. What is your religious affiliation or indoctrination?
I was originally indoctrinated, and my parents and my brother and them are still Baptist Christian. I've removed myself about Officially, it had been a long time that I had done it, but I officially told my parents straight to their face where I was like, bro, I can't be Christian, because of just a lot of things that were kept going on, and a lot of things that just they don't have any idea when it comes to having integrity when it comes to their beliefs. So I was like, I'm good. I don't need this particular direction anymore. And don't get me wrong, my parents are still open-minded. Like, as long as you believe in something, and as long as you do good things, we're cool with it. But most parents aren't that good when it comes to that aspect of that. When it comes to like rejecting what you were raised in, especially since my grandmother's like to go every single Sunday, go to Christian class and all that type of level. So it's kind of
what religion do you practice now?
Me, I'm live a good life. I don't have any particular religion. I don't bash Christianity, but I don't have a particular religion right now.
That's good. Why don't you say you don't what?
I don't bash the idea of Christianity because I've tried to analyze why people leave that on a crutch. I don't try to bash them only because I don't know. The crutch is because some people need a mental guidance to do good things. And it's unfortunate that we have that in society anywhere. But as you see around the world, even if it's not Christian, they find some religion to find a reason. And humans have not found that sometimes existence is enough to be good. And it's a thing that we've been struggling with since obviously philosophical days of every culture, that to be good, we have to have somebody guiding us or some greater principle or some purpose. And I think it scares a lot of people when they don't know what the purpose of them being born is, especially if they're suffering. If they're not suffering, you find out that they don't care as much about it. But if they're suffering, then they have to find a purpose of why they're suffering. And if you give them a good pill of saying this is why you're suffering because this person wanted you to go and learn how to be a good this and do a good that, then they'll use that excuse to keep them pushing forward. And that's a crazy thing. But when it comes to Christianity, specifically for Black people, especially Black Americans and Africans, that was beat into us. We were stripped of our original religion or our cultural beliefs. That was beat into us. We couldn't even read. They were handing us Bibles. They were saying verses, and it was just one of those things where I didn't believe it as much as like a negative for a while. But every time I went to church and they said something stupid, I'd just be like, that doesn't make sense, because if you do that, then that's going to lead to this. And they'd be like, well, you don't have enough faith. Every time you give me that answer, and I'm a little too intelligent for my own good, you have my mind cuts off. I'm done. Like, and I've been to about 75 churches, and I've never seen one that actually ethically wants people to be just good people. They have to pay, or they have to serve, or they have to. It's a very weird thing that I just don't understand it. And instead of me saying you're wrong, I'm just going, I don't understand it, and it's just not for me. Because some people need that guidance. I mean, if you can get the drug dealer to stop dealing because he wants to believe in Jesus, good for you. But I can't rock it because I don't do drugs. I've never done this whole weird thing of committing crimes and then trying to forgive myself later without actually paying the person back that I screwed over. I've never done any of that. And so when I don't do any of that stuff, and you are doing that stuff, and you're still doing that stuff, and you're still showing signs of not doing the right thing, you just go to church and they forgive you. I can't understand that. I can't understand any of that. I don't understand how we keep writing society when we had, we had the child diddlers, so rampant. There was multiple old school movies. I'm talking about 70s, 80s, 50s movies talking about this. And we let it go on for years until film and recorders and everything came out and was like, this is a real problem. It was always a joke. I grew up with it was a joke. So
hold on.
I can't do it.
You literally explained why Black people should protest against these religions, and yet you're saying you're not going to bash the religion that has led to the demise of Black people and the miseducation of Black people. That don't make sense.
Religion is not going to fix the issue. That's not when I think of solutions. I think of solutions that are actually going to work when it comes to the culture of Black people.
And we have to know real history. Knowing real history is the first step. We can't do anything if we're miseducated.
But this Wayne, then you write a history book and you teach your people the correct history, because right now the world history doesn't teach the correct history. What you don't do is sit here and try to fight a system that people. One thing, this is the problem with religion. This goes for Muslim, this goes for Christian, this goes for any religion. It is almost impossible to get somebody to be out of that unless they want to, because it is a cultural thing. I'm trying to write a book that's called The Difference Between Values, Morals, and Ethics. Values are personal, morals are cultural, religious. Only ethics is universal, because ethics required us to think about the other person. Religion always starts with what the God wants us to do morally correct first, without asking whether the God himself is good. If you can't ask the question whether the God is good, then that it's already a moral. It's not an ethic, because it doesn't apply to anybody. That's why every time you see a religion used as a weapon, it is because those people are heathens. They're the infidels. They're some other name. They love using the some other name. You
So
can't fight against that. You can't fight against that through like protest. You can fight through it through education. That's the only way I think you could fight.
This conversation is black people should not be Christian, Muslim, or black Hebrew Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree with that. I agree.
Okay, cool.
I agree. I'm just saying that I'm not going to go through the effort from seeing how religion works in every culture, every single culture. Mm-hmm. Us trying to actually fight directly, it's not going to work, because all you're going to do is get them more riled up in the sense of, oh yeah, see, this is the breakdown of the true faith. It never, especially when you get to because of Muslim. I don't mean to attack Muslim, but they nuts. They nuts. They will do things.
All of them are nuts, sir. All of them are nuts.
They will strap.
Well, Wayne,
and wait, hold up, because listen.
Go ahead, Bar. You go first.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to say. So I understand what you're saying, but there needs to be a conversation needs to be had, and we're having it. And there are people who, like, I use myself as an example. I was a Christian, indoctrinated, never heard any of this stuff. And as soon as I started to get exposed to real history, real information, I was able to break free from that. Those are the people we are trying to, let them hear these conversations. We're not here to save everyone. We're not going to save everyone. Some of these niggas are too far gone, and that's okay. We're not here for those anyway. I'm here for people. People like myself who
You want to know why? You want to know why I want to say it's from it's from the Roman Empire? Because if Rome had never propped up Christianity, it would have never happened in the first place. That's my point. I'm not talking about the time period. I'm talking about why it became what it became. When Rome,
because of colonialism, bro.
No. Let's get it real. There was a major change when Rome, who was at that time period, the most powerful nation in the world at that time period. Not saying that they were the most powerful nation ever existed at that time period. When they decided to do that, it caused a shift when they abandoned their own religious things, the Greek religions, the Greek gods, the Zeuses and all that stuff. When they abandoned that, the world paid attention because they were not paying attention to Christianity when Rome decided to pick it up. That was the change. And unfortunately, once that change happened, we realized
that's not true. No,
Wayne, slow down. What? This is what I say.
No, hold on. Wait, Vos. He's skipping steps. This nigga talking about
what's
the world. The world started to acknowledge Christianity when Rome propped it up. No, sir. They spread religion. They spread Christianity with the sword. Christianity would never have moved outside of the Roman Empire if they didn't spread it. The Crusades, the Inquisitions.
I'm blaming Rome for this.
So why you're talking like the world acknowledged Christianity once Rome converted? The world that no one
acknowledged any. Everything back in the day was the sword. Genghis Khan, who is the most prolific, not only producer of kids, but most prolific empire that's ever existed. What did he spread? He spread it with the sword. Nobody back in the day.
So wait. Let's go back a little. Hold on.
Listen.
Yeah, pause real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I got to point this out because again, Wayne, this is still very Eurocentric because you said that once Rome became Christian, then the world paid attention. There are people in Africa that never even fucking heard of Rome, bro. So we just can't say the world pay attention because of Rome. Like fuck Rome, bro. What I'm saying, what I'm trying
to say about what I'm not saying that. I'm not
okay.
So
hold on. I understand that Rome becoming Christian set Christianity on to become the dominant religion because of colonialism. But what I'm saying is that if colonialism didn't happen, Christianity will probably be a Europe and Middle East thing instead of a worldwide thing if colonialism didn't happen. Is that right or wrong?
This is my question. What did you call when Rome was conquering different countries? Did we call it colonialism back then? When Genghis Khan was conquering different, did we call it colonialism back then? That word didn't.
No, we're just talking. Hold on, Wayne, chill, bro. Wayne, come on, man. All right. Back during those days, it was simply called conquest. During those days. But what the Europeans did when they started going around everywhere and saying now that this land that's way miles away from everywhere else is now part of our country and the people there are ruled over it. Yes, that's colonialism. Back then, what the Romans and what the Genghis Khan were doing, it was just called conquest, right? But colonialism is literally conquest.
Exactly.
And not only that, they were changing entire cultures. Genghis Khan didn't really change the cultures. He let them keep their languages, etc., etc. They just had to be under their empire. But what the European colonists did is that they changed entire societies basically to say that they have to reflect what their society is. That was the difference. That's colonialism.
Okay, so now again, you're saying something where it seems like you're picking out what is going to prove your point, but you're not admitting the fact of this conquest idea before it became colonialism because it became bigger than what it was previously, which every empire always does. It was no different. There was nothing different. Like when you look at Genghis Khan, you're saying, "Oh yeah, he absorbed the culture." Only if you bow to him. You didn't bow to him.
Wayne, I don't think you understood my Wayne. I don't think you understood my overall point. Wayne, I don't think you understood my overall point. My overall point was that the Christianity didn't become a worldwide religion simply because of Rome. It became a worldwide religion because of colonization. That's what if European colonization did not happen, Christianity likely would be a European thing, not a worldwide thing.
If Rome had never fell, do you think Rome would have stopped trying to conquer the world?
Probably not, but Rome.
So then we would have
you're not tracking.
Probably
You're
not.
not tracking. You're not tracking, sir.
No,
you're not tracking.
The reason why we wouldn't be Wayne, stop. The reason why we wouldn't be is because Rome was on its way to falling already. Just like how all the only reason why you're if let me put it this way, Rome would have failed because it's impossible that it will take over the whole world, right? That's number one. But number two, if we actually look at it, colonization and slavery is actually what saved Europe, because they were actually dealing with a whole bunch of shit and they were on their way to basically their entire civilization were dying. It was slavery that saved Europe. If slavery never happened and it never got propped up because of that, Europe would have failed. You see what I'm saying? It was slavery and colonialism that saved Europe. So when it comes to Rome, they were dealing with massive issues, and the fact that they would try to come and try to conquer like parts of Africa. There's a reason why the Roman Empire only stayed in North Africa. Like, you get that, right? They only stayed in North Africa for a reason. So again, if Rome never fell, no, Christianity still wouldn't have been a worldwide religion because they wouldn't have been able to conquer Africa.
That's a fallacy, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this. If you think that Rome, if it would have kept progressing exactly how Europe did, you think that they, especially being as a heart of a military nation, they were way more of a military nation than Europe ever was. You think that they would have stopped? They would have stopped. That's absolutely ridiculous.
No, I said they would have failed. I said, hold on, Wayne. I said they would have failed because Europeans were failing.
Rome lost the Nubian kingdom.
Hold on, stop. I'm getting tired of this. I say something and you don't actually address it. You just go to something else. They would have failed. Hold on, they would have failed because the European colonization was failing, and we know that it didn't. Hold on, it didn't succeed until the African kingdoms themselves had civil wars and issues. We have to remember the scramble for Africa happened in the 1800s, but the European exploration into Africa started in the 1300s. That's 500 years where they weren't making any inroads into Africa. None. They only made it when Congo, when Dahomey, when Mali, when all these other empires started having internal fights between each other. When that happened, that's when Europeans were able to take over Africa. Before that, they were not able to do it. So you're telling me that Rome would have succeeded? They wouldn't have succeeded, bro.
Again, without, if it wasn't for the corruption, which we already know that in history, corruption is the thing that took down Rome. If Rome did not have the corruption that it did, and it did the actual way that Europe did their thing, where they were more worried about stealing money and stealing things from other countries, which is basically what Europe basically inherited the Roman book, dumbed it down a lot, forgot how to bathe, forgot how to do certain things, and then but still was doing the conquest aspect of it. If that would have been
Rome is Europe, by the way. Rome is in Europe, sir.
Yeah.
Rome is in Europe.
Rome is in Europe, but Rome was more than Europe. It was more. It wasn't just Europe. It was more than Europe. But again, what I'm saying,
Rome was Europe, piece of the Levant, and northern Africa.
I'm going to get back to the original point. Rome is the reason why, and this is one thing we have to admit. Rome is the reason why Christianity became successful. Period.
Oh yeah, I don't deny that. And so I don't deny that. Yeah, I don't deny that. So Wayne, hold on. Wayne, hold on.
Spread of this.
Wayne, hold on.
Let me finish.
Hold on. I'll let you finish in a second. No one here is denying that Christianity became successful, a major world religion, because of Constantine. No one denies that. What I am trying to say is that the way that it's worldwide right now, would that have happened if Europe didn't go around colonizing everybody? No. If colonization never happened, Christianity would have been a European and Levant thing. It wouldn't have been worldwide.
Again, I'm not arguing that part. I'm saying that the cause of Rome falling actually delayed that little small aspect of Christianity spreading to the world.
Agreed.
They felt because they had that Dark Ages idiocy.
What the fuck does this?
Agreed.
And so
Sir.
when we talk about that, when I say this again, when we talk about why this has happened or why Christianity, Muslim portion, every culture back in those days conquered with the sword, and that's how those religions spread it. And Rome.
That's what we're telling you.
Agreed. That's what we're saying. Yeah.
And again, and I'm not disagreeing, but what I'm saying is that you can't to try to correct every culture to not believe. And this gets back to my point,
sir. This is about black people only, sir. We don't give a fuck about everybody else right now.
Black people only.
Black people only. We got to start with our own homes. Start with our own. Make your own bed first.
Education, not through sitting here and trying to prove that.
What do you think this is, bro? This is what this is, bro.
What the fuck do you think
we're doing here?
You said, and this is going back to my point. You said,
Wayne, there are people who think
we have to sit here and fight them and go in their faces.
Who's fighting, sir? We're literally educating people day in and day out. Stop. Hold up. I got this shit. Stop it. Sir, niggas is sitting on these lives day in and day out, giving people information, presenting important documents, sources, names, dates, times, places, people's events. We know history. I know history. Vossi knows history. We don't just sit up here and what do you think we're doing? I just said earlier that this is when I say black people should not be Christian, Muslim, or black Hebrew Israelite, it is a suggestion based on an informed decision. If somebody come up here and ask me, Bar, why don't you think black people should be Christian? My answers have always been based on historical fact, historical data that they can Google, they can fact check, that we have books on. We literally have everything I say can be found in a book, was written by a historian, can be backed up, can be fact checked. Every single thing that comes out of my mouth is educational. It's never been I don't have an opinion. Everything I'm saying is based on historical facts. What are we talking about?
Yes, agreed.
All right.
So
Wayne,
I'm dismissing
hold on, Rogers.
What method, sir?
So Wayne, you're saying, hold on. You're saying us sit on this live talking and debating and everything like that. That's not a good method. But you do understand that like debate. Hold on, Wayne. You understand that our method of debate can be education, correct?
No, I'm not talking about the debate. I'm talking about the idea that we have to go through the effort of saying, if you don't believe the way we were, then that's your effing problem. Like when it comes to us addressing the outside world, I'm saying that.
Who said that, sir?
You did.
So that's not what I said, sir. That's not what I said. That's not what I said, sir.
Like
it's not about. But see, you're speaking incorrectly. It's not. No, hold on. No, it's not about people believing in it. I don't have a belief. This is not about a belief. What I say is facts. If you say when I present a fact and they say that is their problem, but they cannot deny a fact. It's not about my belief. I don't have a belief. I don't have a belief.
The world is round, bro.
It's not a belief, sir.
One second.
See, you are worried about what people believe. I'm worried about fact. It doesn't fucking matter if they believe the world is round. It doesn't matter if they don't believe the world is round. Is the world round or not, sir?
Absolutely round. What I'm saying.
I'm not about to convince a nigga who thinks the earth is flat that the earth is round if they're denying the evidence that. If they're denying the evidence, it's nothing I can do for them. We're not.
Your aggressive nature is.
I'm not aggressive, sir. This is not aggression. This is me talking to some. Okay, where your book? Is your book out yet? Is your book? Write the fucking book. You write the fucking book, and we'll do what we're doing. You write the fucking book. But in your book, it needs to say this is fucking fiction. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna write a fucking book, write it, nigga.
I have no problem saying this.
Your bar. I just came up here for the red flag because me, as one of the people in the comments, we heard Wayne say he tried to defend to make it look like Christianity wasn't spread through violence, and then he went on to explain how Christianity. Sir, can I finish the sentence? He went on to then explain how Christianity was spread through violence. His pivoting is amazing right now. I mean, you will get points for the pivoting, but you won't get points for the facts, bro. You're pivoting all over the place. Every time they prove you wrong, you just go on to something else without conceding to the points that they made. And I would like to see you be genuine and just be like, you know what, Bar, you have a point. You know what, Host, you have a point, and then go on to your next point instead of just pivoting all over the place. It's like we're playing air hockey. That's all I have to say.
All right. Yeah, we've been talking for at least 30 to 40 minutes. We got to move on. I have UC Rogers here on the stage. I'm sorry, is that how you say your name? Rogers?
Exactly, host. You're on point.
All right, cool. UC Rogers, how's it going, Rogers? Are you at least 18 and Christian, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelite?
No, none of those. I am way above 18. I'm double that age. I'm not attached to no religion. Some people may want to call me atheist because that's the label for someone who don't believe in religion. But the reason why I choose this position, and must admit that I agree with you that Black people should not be Christian, Muslim, or BHI or whatever. The reason why I'm saying this is the fact that everything that they have done to us, it was to create the conditions we are seeing today, and it works pretty well. Now, religion prepares us to die in order to live. It also takes away our financial ability. As a matter of fact, it takes away our ability to financially organize, strategize, and build our own community. Religion retired the mental faculty of its critical component, meaning the ability to think objectively and to hold on to those objective structures. We oftentimes what it does, it induces cognitive dissonance and the dependency syndrome coupled with the inferiority complex and so many other conditions that is wrapped with our mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm so happy.
All right. I'm sorry, you see. Give me 1 second. I do appreciate you because you are spitting, but I want to get to the people who actually disagree. All right, you want just stay on mute for me for a second. We have a pastor here. I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to talk about this. I'll let you into the conversation. Sphinx, what's good with you, bro? I appreciate you being here. I'm glad that you're here as well. All right. We're gonna talk to a pastor for a second, Sphinx. Everybody stay on mute. No, I appreciate you though. Give me 1 second. Pretty C over in the comments. Pretty C, go ahead and come on up. Appreciate you for being here, Pretty C. I think I've seen you on other lives before, but me and you never got a chance to talk. So I sent you an invite, Pretty C, for us to finally have that conversation. All right, Pastor, how's it going, Pastor? Are you at least 18? And we're assuming that you're Christian. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm married.
All right, cool. All right, so pastor's over 18. He's Christian. Looks like he's one of us as well, Black person as well. All right, Pastor, we don't believe that Black people should be Christian. Why do you think we should be?
Why do you say Black people should be Christians?
Okay, I'll go first. Bar will say why. Sphinx will also say why, and Asu, I think already gave you some good reasons. But for me, it's pretty simple. We can't show that this religion is true. Number one. Number two, it's foreign to us. It has nothing to do with our heritage, our cultures, our spirituality. Number three, it denigrates a lot of our culture and spirituality. And number four, we should not be the religion of our oppressors and enslavers. Before you answer that, Pastor, Bar, go ahead. Let them know why.
Yeah, Black people shouldn't be Christian because it was forced on us during colonialism and transatlantic slave trade. Dum Diversas, 1452, Romanus Pontifex, 1455, Inter Caetera, 1492. These are Christian papal bulls that come out that are legal justification for the European Christians to enslave, subdue, and seize all Black people, all Black land, all these non-Black Christians living on the continent of Africa, enslave them, take their land. They have no autonomy, no sovereignty. Any land that we find that is not Christian, it is ours for the taking. This is the legal justification for our demise that comes out from the church. When you look at European writers and novels, Christianity. When you look at the schools that the missionaries were building on the continent of Africa, these were used to indoctrinate black children with a Eurocentric education. You know, they people think that white people rewrote the Bible and made it evil, historically incorrect. White people rewrote histories to fit the Bible, and they reduced us to descendants of Ham, thus destined for servitude. So we should not be Christian. We should not be Muslim. We should not be Black Hebrew Israelite, because these religions are they're false, they're fictitious, and they're used on us as tools of control and violence. There go Black Atheist, plain, no 9/11.
Gotcha. Pause me real quick. Sphinx, I'm gonna let you go, Sphinx, but just give me 1 second. All right. So a few people in the comments. I have We Gonna Be All Right, and I have Pretty C. I invited you all up because you are just commenting in the comments. So go ahead and come on up and let's have the discussion instead of just commenting in the bottom, because y'all gonna be responding to us back and forth, and there's no need for that. Just come on up and we can have the discussion. Sphinx, go ahead and let him know why Black people should not be Christian, really quickly, and then we're gonna get Pastor to respond. Go ahead, Sphinx.
All right, Black people should not be Christian, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelites because it's a erasure of our history. Black people are over 300,000+ years old, and they are giving us a creation story that's only 6,000 years old. Adam and Eve is only 6,000 years old. So now if they feed this to you, you're not going to go and look for your ancestry and things that happened prior to 6,000 years, and which is a lot of history. So they're basically erasing a lot of history just to give you some BS. It was always used as a form of control, and they trying to keep your mind really, really small so that way they could do whatever they want to you, like take your land, take your body, autonomy, etc., etc., etc. The church don't help. The religion never helped. We went through 400 years of slavery. That God that y'all praying to is not helping us. We are helping us. And until we get rid of these religions, we're not going to actually get ahead. This is not our story. Those people in that book are not our ancestors. Landed.
Awesome. Dope. All right. So Pastor, give me a second, because Wayne and Rogers, y'all already gave us the reasons why, so that's why I didn't ask y'all yet. But we're gonna let Pastor go ahead and respond, because that was a lot. So Pastor, let us know what you think.
Thank you for the opportunities. There's a lot on the plate. Okay, so I've listened to all of us, and by the way, I'm Charles, and I'm speaking from Ghana. Slave trade, and for all the things.
So speak up for the audience. Can he speak up a little louder?
Yeah, speak up for me, please, Pastor.
Is it better?
Way better. Yeah, it's better. Go ahead.
Good. So I appreciate your points. It is true. The white man came to the land of Africa under the disguise of the Bible in an attempt to exploit. And unfortunately, our Black leaders, kings, also compromised, and slave trade initiated for the long period of time on the Black land. And you would want to say they came through the disguise of the Bible somewhat, but the God of the Bible is a true God. Now, we don't have to mix the two up. If you get a quack doctor practicing medicine, it does not erase the fact that they are professionals who are able to deliver on their mandate. If you have fake practitioners in any field practicing, it does not erase the fact that the original or the properly groomed people are not there. Unfortunately, we have put everybody in the same basket, and I guess that is not the best thing to do. Now, it is true we have gone under servitude for slavery over the period, but I don't know whether anybody here has ever experienced this God the Christians talk about for himself. Quite often, we are only at the frail and in the shadows of the scriptures, and we don't get to experience Christ for ourselves. so we can speak out loud without any personal experience. I was once a drunkard. I was a
Hey man, look, I know you're a pastor, but you're not about to preach to us, sir. You're not about to preach to us.
I'm just giving you. I'm giving.
Right, hold on, Pastor. Hold on, Pastor.
No,
Pastor,
we don't. I don't want to hear no sermon on the mount.
Yeah. We're not doing that. All right, so Pastor, you just said that the God of the Bible is real. All good and well. Now we actually have to show that to be the case. How do you actually show that this is not just a fictional creature made up by goat herders in the Levant? And number two, let's say that there is some sort of truth to it, right? This is still not part of our culture. This came from outside of Africa. Why aren't our indigenous religions, our previous African traditions, why aren't those more real than the one that came from outside the Levant? You can get off mute now. You can go ahead.
The Bible does not erase culture. Anywhere the Bible went, it amplifies good aspects of our culture. And those ones that were degrading were erased. For example, before the coming of the Europeans, Africans believe in human sacrifices. Are you saying, therefore, that we would have to go back to our traditions of sacrificing humans when a paramount?
No, of course, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Hold on, Pastor. I'm not saying that, right? Of course, there are practices, cultural practices that from our lens now that we see as harmful, such as child marriages. Hold on, can y'all pause me real quick? Hey, we gonna be all right. I invited you up like twice. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you in the comments. No one's gonna want to do that. Everyone is gonna tell you to come up. All right, Libra's gonna tell you to come up. Sphinx is gonna tell you to come up. Everyone's gonna just tell you to come up. So stop. Just don't do all that in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, if you think we're incorrect, come up and actually speak to us. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So Pastor, back to you. I agree that there are like cultural practices that are, things that that we view today as harmful: child sacrifice, child marriage, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, those things can go away, but you don't need Christianity to do that. You can just view those things as unethical because of the harm that it causes to children and to society at large. So to say that Africans used to do child sacrifices before Christianity, therefore if we got rid of Christianity we'll go back to that, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? We don't have to do that just because Christianity tells us not to. As a matter of fact, there's child sacrifice and human sacrifice within the Bible itself. The God that you worship is literally a virgin blood sacrifice. Jesus is a virgin blood sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, so is like human sacrifice exists. The entire point of it is a human sacrifice that's saving the world. So it's kind of silly that to say that, oh, people were doing human sacrifices. Christianity is all about a sacrifice. Literally.
I want to add to that, because even if we take the child and human sacrifice out of the Bible, there's a story in the Old Testament. It's in 2 Chronicles chapter 15 verse 13, where they made a covenant to the Lord, and the God and after they made a covenant to the Lord, the God said, those who do not seek the Lord God of Israel shall be put to unaliving, whether man or woman, small or great. So even if we take the human sacrifice out, these motherfuckers just going around killing people that don't believe in their God. Is that not worse? I mean, if you're gonna sacrifice a motherfucker, at least you hand pickers up. Okay, you come on, be a sacrifice for us. These motherfuckers went out. The Bible instructs the Israelites to go out and unalive the aliens, the foreigners, the descendants of Canaan, the people who do not worship their God, witches, disobedient children, women who are not virgins. Like, what are we talking about here? Y'all be trying to hand
25, 24.
Y'all be trying to exactly. They be trying to nitpick different cultures that's not Christianity and say, hey, look, this culture does some crazy shit. Apply that pressure to religion. Apply that pressure to your religion. If that's what we doing, that's the criteria we using. We're pointing out all of the evil, sick, twisted shit in cultures and religious practices. Okay, fine. Let's put it all on the fucking table. If you're gonna point that out about African cultures and Chinese cultures and Mongolian cultures and Indian native, fine. If that's the criteria we're using, fine. Let's do that with the Bible right now. Are you gonna drop drop religions? Are you gonna drop religion with human sacrifice, blood sacrifice, discrimination, misogyny, homophobia? Are we dropping all religion with that, or are we just pointing out other people's flaws in their cultures and beliefs and not our own religion? How we working?
So, Black, listen to this.
How are we working? So hold up, wait. Before you give an explanation that you was gonna give anyway, how are we rocking? Are we pointing out all fucked up shit in everybody's culture and religion, or are we just picking on everybody that's not our own? What we doing? You tell me.
What I've been saying.
Answer that question right now. What are we doing so I can know?
What you're doing is basically who you are listening to. See,
no, that's not good enough for me.
No,
you're a pastor, sir. So let me ask the question again. Are we pointing out all sick and twisted religious practices, or are we only across the board, or are we just pointing out everybody else's? Is it across the board? Is it everywhere, or just everybody else's? Answer that with one of those answers. Is it everywhere or just everyone else's? I want to hear the answer to that question.
I think God is for everybody, so it covers.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't want to answer.
Sir. With these people watching and these people on this panel, I'm going to tell you that God is not real. God is a dead white man in the sky. If you type in the word God on Google and go to images, it's going to always be a white dude. God is white. If you look at the what's called the migration period in Europe, this is when he was talking about where the Roman Empire dismantled or whatever, and they started spreading all over Europe and shit. When they went to those other places to force Christianity, they didn't use the word Yahweh. They took a word that Europeans were already using. The word God predates Christianity spreading throughout. They didn't force Yahweh. It's Yahweh and it's Yahweh in Hebrew. It's Deus in Latin, and it's Theos it's Theos in Greek. They did not force Theos, Deus, or Yahweh on those Germanic people. They took a word that had a meaning. God, it used to mean to invoke Odin, Thor, Freya, Tyr, and Loki. That's what the word was originally used for. It was used to invoke the Aesir, the Germanic pantheon, prior to Christianity being forced on those Germans. When those Christians came, instead of using the words they already had, they took a word that was plural. It's plural. You're not supposed to even refer to it as one thing. It's plural. They took a word that had a meaning and they repackaged it for Christianity. There's a word you can look up. There's a phrase you can look up. They literally have a phrase for what I just described. It's called Interpretatio Christiana. When the Christians came to you, if they wanted to force the religion on you, instead of putting some new shit in your face, putting some new shit in your mouth, they take what you were already doing and they repurpose it for Christianity. God is not real. God is Odin. If you look up the Aesir, the All-Father in Norse pagan mythology is Odin. He is the god. Thor is God. Heimdall is God. Loki is God. Your days of the weeks are named after these Germanic deities, these Germanic gods, the Gudon, the gods. What you're worshiping is not a god. Gods are not real. They're dead white men in the sky. They're the ancestors of dead white people. They're not real. Gods are made up. There's only two types of gods. Either your God is a cultural myth or your God is a title for something we already have an explanation for. For example, if you look up what's called a philosophical monotheism, this is what the Christians are. The Christians are using philosophical monotheism as a debate mechanisms to explain something that they don't even fucking believe in. They're saying that there is a mind in the. They don't believe in just a mind in the sky. They believe in a father, a man. They believe in a man in the sky. If you Google, God has imagery. There's imagery behind God.
Black,
God is. Go on mute, nigga. I'm teaching. Shut the fuck up and listen. God is not real. There's only two types of gods. Either your God is a cultural myth, or you're using a word that is supposed to be used for cultural myth to explain something we already have definitions for. The universe is not God. Love is not God. Energy is not God. The earth is not God. Nature is not God. The weather is not God. These are not gods. These things have explanations of their own, and you don't need the word God to explain those. What is the word God used to explain? Those dead white men in the sky. Even in Christianity, they are using the word God to refer to a white man in the sky. It's a white man. It's always been a white man. You niggas, no, I'm talking to these niggas. You niggas think that these people have whitewashed Christianity. That is historically incorrect. This is their religion. It has always been their religion. It does not start in Ethiopia. It does not start in Egypt. Christianity has always been the white man's religion. In Christianity, listen to me, niggas. Get your pencil and your paper out and write this down. In Christianity, the study of salvation is called soteriology. You have to take the word soteriology, break it apart. Soteriology. Okay, soter. Let's take soter. Where does soter first appear in history? Where does the word soter appear in history? If you go back to Alexander the Greek and you go to his successor, Ptolemy I, Lagi, aka Soter. This man's name is Soter. He's the first person in history with the nickname of Savior. He's the Savior. The study of salvation in your religion is named after the fucking Ptolemaic dynasty. This ain't coincidence. This ain't hyperbole. This ain't just Greek. This ain't just a Greek word. It has a fucking meaning. And you niggas don't understand history. You niggas don't educate yourselves. All y'all know is God and Jesus, and I'm fucking tired. Soteriology, the study of salvation in Christianity, goes back to Ptolemy I, Lagi. Let's modulate a little bit. If you go forward, I think Ptolemy V. Listen to this nigga's name, Ptolemy V. His name is Ptolemy V Epiphanes Eucharistos. That is his name. Take your phone out right now and Google what a Eucharist is. They're going to tell you that the Eucharist is the commemoration of the body and the blood of Jesus. Historically incorrect. The Eucharist predates Jesus. It predates Christianity. It goes back to Ptolemy V when he would win a war or win a battle or some shit. They'd have a meal to commemorate this nigga for kicking ass. The Eucharist goes back to him. If you look up if you take your phone out right now and look up. Shut the fuck up, I'm talking. If you take your phone out right now and you look up what an epiphany is, they're going to tell you that that is a revelation of Christ. Historically incorrect. The epiphany goes back to the Ptolemaic dynasty. The soter. If you look up the Greek New Testament, if you look up the Codex Sinaiticus, Codex Vaticanus, Codex Alexandrinus. If you look these up and you try to find like manuscripts of them online, they're calling Jesus the fucking Soter. Who is the Soter? Originally, it goes back to Ptolemy. You niggas have a syncretized religion that is an amalgamation of Judaism, Serapis worship, and Roman mythology put together, packaged as one. Jesus Christ was not a real person. There's no evidence of no Jesus the fucking Christ. You niggas have been fooled. Y'all have been bamboozled. Gods are not real. Deities are not real. Every deity can be traced back to the people that made it the fuck up. If your God got a name, nigga, we can trace your God back to who made it the fuck up. Every God has a name. Every deity can be traced back to the people that made it up. Stop believing in these fucking lies. That's why he ran. He's a fucking pastor, and he ran from this shit, nigga. Yeah, they want. Well, boy, you too aggressive. Okay, if you don't hear the fucking truth, cause I'm screaming at you, you wasn't gonna hear it anyway. You dumb fuck. Leave, die, bleed out, and fucking die, nigga. If you don't accept the truth, you're in the fucking way of progression. I'm trying to progress these niggas. You niggas in the way. Well, Christianity started in Ethiopia. How, Sway? How? How does Christianity start in Ethiopia when the king did not convert until the fucking 4th century after Eusebius writes ecclesiastical history? After the Council of Nicaea is when the king of Axum converted to Christianity. And he did not convert for spiritual reasons. He converted to align himself with Rome, nigga. If you don't believe me, you need physical... You need physical evidence. Type in.
Let him cook, baby.
Yeah, let me cook these niggas. Type in King Ezra's coins, and what you're going to find is all the way up until the middle of the fucking 4th century. His coins bear the sun, the sun disk, the crescent. They believed in a triad. They look up the Ethiopian Trinity. They believed in look up the Aksumite triad of gods. They believed in a triad as well. They had their own pantheon, their own mythology, their own inscriptions, worshiping their own deities all the way up until like the 330s when King Ezana converted. After this is vital information, people. This is after Ecclesiastical Histories comes out from Eusebius. This is after the Council of Nicaea. Those two events cannot be ignored because if you do some research on Eusebius, he's known as the father of church history. In his own writings, he says he does not feel it is a sin to lie for the advancement of the church. This nigga made up church history. Then they have the Council of Nicaea. These two events predates Ethiopia's conversion to Christianity. That means that they made up church history and they had a fucking council meeting over the nature of Christ. And then Ethiopia gets Christianity. You can't use these colonized black people as evidence of why we should be Christian. And when I say colonized, the reason why I say they were colonized is because Christianity spread into Ethiopia from the top down. The king converted first. His royal courts converted first. And what did they do when they converted it? When they converted, that's when they start pushing it on the masses. That's not divinity. That's not holy. That's not spiritual. That's politics. Propaganda.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got that was a lot, y'all. That was a whole lot. But
let the church say amen.
He was cooking.
Amen.
Let the church say
no, because this nigga came up here talking about my tone. Right. He said I'm too aggressive. My tone. Okay, and we just tried to have a civilized conversation with a pastor, and what that nigga do? He left. Fuck that trying to be nice to these niggas shit. The truth is the truth is the truth, and if you can't bleed out and fucking die and get out my way, because I'm trying to teach niggas who really want to get the shit. It's niggas out here who think Christianity is the truth, but they don't know actual history. That's what we talking to. That's what we trying to reach. If that's not you, why the fuck are you here anyway?
Can I say something?
Not yet. Let's go ahead and go through the panel. Hey man, a quick commercial break. I do appreciate y'all. I might be here for maybe another 30, maybe 45 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Over on my YouTube, Christopher Wilson, you told me that you wanted to debate. I told you to click on the link. Now you're saying that you don't want to debate. You're a pussy. That's number one. But number two, thank y'all for all being here. I appreciate y'all. Click, tap on that link. Tap on our link, y'all. I do appreciate y'all. Welcome Lords to the stage, the beautiful Lords. She is here on the stage. She's going to be cooking as well. I appreciate Bar for teaching us for that past 10-15 minutes. A lot of information. Earthly, it's called Ashtar, Bahir, and Merder. Though that's the Aksumite triad of gods. It's supposed to represent Venus, sea, and Earth. It's really interesting. I wish that they kept that.
The chat. King,
I got you.
All of these are fascinating, but I don't know how to spell them. I want to sit with them and milk with them. And to my brother who has so much passion, I applaud you. But help us who want to ride along that wave with you. Give us the sources and type in some of the names, baby. I want to go research them. I teach math and science, and I tell my kiddos if they have a question, share your sources.
I'm putting them in the chat. I'm putting them in the chat right now. I ain't doing no more talking. I'm putting them in the chat.
No, your talking is good. Just bring it back to us so we all can flow with you.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much. Earthly, and definitely thank you to Sphinx, Bar, Isu, and Lords for being here. Thank you so much, Earthy, as well, for being here. We're gonna go ahead and keep it pushing, keep it moving. Gibson, if I'm not mistaken, Gibson, I'm not sure if we talked before, but are you at least 18? And if I'm not mistaken, you are Christian as well. Is that right?
Yes, sir. And I am.
All right. Gotcha. Give me 1 second, Gibson. Let me just ask the last guest, Retz. Rets, are you at least 18 and Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
I'm over 18 and I am a Christian.
Christian. Black? Rets, you black?
No.
All right, cool. All right, Gibson. Let's talk to Gibson now. All right, Gibson. We don't believe that people should be Christian. We don't believe that black people should be Christian, because it's the religion of our enslavers. Do you want to hear from Bar, Sphinx, or Lords or Isu on why we shouldn't be?
I kind of heard Bar's reasoning. I think. And
did you hear Isu's reasoning yet?
No, I did not. But I do just want to give me a second. I feel like
I got you. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Isu Rogers, go ahead and tell Gibson why you think we shouldn't be Christian.
Thank you so much, and I thank you, my brother Black. You have done a great job in highlighting the reason why we should not hold on to this religion. First of all, we must understand that the people who don't treat you right, give you freedom without a fight, is never expected to teach you right. Secondly, if you understand the etymology of words being used, when you're a Christian, you're considered a believer. Now, what is belief? The definition: accepting something to be true, especially without evidence or proof, right? And so it's an illustration that you are ignorant of the fact. And the fact that you are ignorant of the fact and you come in to represent something tells me that you are ignorant, that you're ignorant of the fact. And it is important. It's also important that we understand that religion is a structure or institutionalized organization designed to alter your ability to think objectively and create the psychological algorithm that oppresses your mind, maintains psychological imprisonment, steals your identity, and steals your inner sovereignty. You no longer rely on self.
Okay, Lords. He went on for a second. No problem. No problem, Roger. I appreciate you. Let me just get Lords in real quick, and then Gibson has a good idea of where we're all coming from. Lords, go ahead and tell Gibson why black people should not be Christian.
There's no evidence of a God, period.
Pure and simple. And Earthly, I think is a friendly of ours. Earthly, why do you think that black people should not be Christian?
It has nothing to do with what I think. It has to do with evidence. Both my sister Queen and my brother King Black has stated that I would only speak to Spanish Inquisition, African colonization, Patrice Lumumba, John Africa. I could go on and on about the atrocities that have come across the world based on a dogma, whether it's Catholicism, Christianity, Islam. All of these things they're not figments of my imagination. They're real. They have happened. And so anything that makes you feel blame, shame, or guilt all equate to something that manipulates you. And if we reverse that, that's simply religious beliefs.
Correct. All right. Thank you so much.
Islam or Buddhist or all very unhealthy amalgamations of what Kemet taught. Redacting source, redacting connection. And in place of that, putting a Father, a Son, and a Holy Spirit. I have no issue with that.
I got you. Hold on, Earthy. Give me 1 second, Earthy. Give me. I got you. Give me 1 second. All right, appreciate you. All right, Gibson. So you got a good idea of where we're all coming from. Why do you think that black people should be Christian?
I think a lot of black people in general are culturally Christian. Whether we should practice the religious rituals and rites with Christianity that's definitely up for arguments. And I argue that black people should do that because I believe it gives us a system to heal psychologically to attack goals, spiritually with belief. And I understand the brother said that belief would be a sign of ignorance because belief means something, believing in something without evidence. And I would argue that humans have done a lot of great things with sure belief and not necessarily because they had evidence to suggest that they could do so. I believe that humans wanted to fly, and the Wright brothers, or whoever did it, I don't believe the Wright brothers did it, but I believe that they had belief and created mechanisms to get to the goal. I believe that is the human life. You aspiring to do more than what you're born with.
All right, Gibson, can you pause me real quick?
Yeah.
You said two things that I find extremely problematic. Number one, you said that it gives us basically like we're culturally Christian. It gives us motivation to heal and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Number one, Christianity is one of the big reasons why Black people are so traumatized. So it's that'll be one of the first things I will point out. Number two, you don't need Christianity to heal. Yeah, I mean you can there are secular versions of hold on, Gibson. I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk, Gibson. I let you. Right. I cut you off because we don't need preaching. We don't need to go on for 5 minutes. I wasn't preaching. I cut off everybody who's going on for a long tangent.
You just said
so Gibson, I cut off everyone who's going on a long tangent. You didn't even let me go 30 seconds yet. So when it comes to healing, right? Christianity is one of the main reasons why we're traumatized. Number two, you can heal without it. Number three, just like how Lord's pointed out, we have no reason to believe that is true because there's no evidence that it is. And number four, you interrupted me because I thought the last thing that you said. You talked about the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers didn't simply believe that humans will be able to fly in the sky. What they did is that they did experiments. They had hypotheses. They had mathematics. They had models. They just say, I believe that we can fly, put two cardboard pieces together and jumped off a building. They actually followed the science. They actually followed the process. They actually did what they could do. They actually followed the scientific method in order to reach to the truth. We can't do that with Christianity. The moment you impose the scientific method on Christianity, it all falls apart. You see what I'm saying? So you just it's not just believing and doing. It's believing and then following a process. It's having a hypothesis and then following a process to see if that hypothesis can be falsified. We do that all the time. And when it comes to Christianity, yes, sir, it still fails.
Yes, sir. Christianity is not just believing and doing. There's a process.
Christianity. Let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it. I don't want us to play around with our food.
That's the spirit.
No, Yahweh. We gonna start with Yahweh, then we gonna modulate.
Let me just
Let's start with Yahweh.
Don't worry about the timer. Bro. Hey, ignore the timer. Bro. Ignore the timer.
Let me just respond to his point.
No. We're not doing that. You don't have to respond to his point. No, we're not. Stop coming out.
We are doing that, bro. We are. I'm sorry.
We're not doing that.
We are, bro.
Let me respond. How do
you
test the spirit scientifically?
How do you test the spirit? You test the spirits in your life.
Scientifically.
That's see what I'm saying. We not about
you test the parables in your life. I'm saying the spirit of the Lord.
Pause.
You test the spirit in your life.
Gibson, pause me. Pause me.
Brother, stop talking. You don't hear Vossi talking to you, brother?
Really quick.
The host is talking, Gibson. Be quiet for a second.
Bar can just talk to me.
But hold on, Gibson. I'm gonna let you get your bars off. Just give me a second. The question that Lords had was, how do you test it scientifically? And you said you test it in your life. What exactly do we do? Do we do it in a lab or do we do it in the field? Now, I'm assuming when it comes to the spirits, we gotta do it in the field because that's the nature of spirits. Now, what is the experiment? What do we do?
All right, so let's take. All right, because I was gonna.
I can clarify if you need me to clarify.
I was gonna say observation, but for one instance, Jesus tells a parable about taking about advice. Right? Jesus says that he gives the word to people, and he says parables, and they ask him why he does this, and he says because I.
You're in the Matrix, bro.
See what I'm saying? Why? No, you're not about to fucking quote you're not about to quote the Gospels up here when we're talking about black people should not be Christian. We gonna skip that shit. That's irrelevant to this topic. We're not doing that.
Neither did he bring the scientific method, and I'm thankful.
Yeah. We don't want to hear no fucking. We've heard enough fucking scripture. Give me some evidence.
Yes,
that's what Lawrence would say. Give me some. Where the fucking evidence at? Ain't nobody got time for no preaching ass nigga.
What Brother Black is saying, we don't want any more. We don't want any more proselytization.
Shit.
We don't want any more slick talk. We don't want any more carpet baggage. We gave y'all resources, cobalt, uranium, copper, even our bones, flesh, and skin.
Earthly, hold on, Earthly.
Pie in the sky. We don't want that anymore.
Earthly, hold on.
Hold on. Give us a second.
Lawrence asked, how do we test the spirit? This nigga started quoting Jesus out the Bible. We're not doing that.
He was going to give us a parable.
All right, so Gibson, you're back. We're gonna put your time back on. Gibson, we'll give you another 10 minutes. All right. So Gibson, how exactly do we test the spirit? Now, I'm assuming we gotta do it in the field. Do you need me to clarify on an experiment that can be done on the field, or what would you want me to do?
All right, I would say test the spirit of the Lord in your life, not test spirits. Right, Jesus didn't come.
So how would I do that?
Wait.
Sir, I'm asking you, how would I test?
No, ma'am.
Sir, I am asking you, how would I test the spirit? Let's say I wanted to test God's
in your life.
Let's say I wanted to test God's spirit right now. What would be the first thing that I would need to do? Step one.
What's going on in your life? It would be to address the problem in your life. The Lord help.
I have no problems. Step two.
If you have no problems, then help people.
So, no, that's what God's job. That's his job.
He's a worker. He works through us. There is no.
All right, so Gibson, let me try to understand this. Hold on, wait, Gibson, hold on, Gibson, let me try to understand it. Gibson, let me try to understand this. Gibson, hold on, Gibson, let me try to understand this. So you're saying in order to test the spirit, what I have to do is apply one of the parables to my life. Or it depends on the problem I'm having in my life. Wouldn't I be able to go to like Olodumare and do the same thing?
I don't know. I haven't gone to Olodumare.
All right. How about Zoroaster? Can I go to Zoroaster? Gibson, hold on, Gibson. Gibson. Oh my God, bro. Gibson, bro. You have to learn something, okay?
What do I have to learn?
We're gonna do question answer. All right. So if you already answer one question, cool. I'm going to move on to the next question. You just got to open up your ears and listen instead of just talking and rattling on. Okay? We can do that, right?
We're good, brother.
All right, we're good. All right. So you said you don't know if we can do it with Olodumare. Cool. How about Zoroaster? Can we do that with Zoroaster?
Oh, Zoroaster is actually great. What does Zoroaster believe?
Zoroastrianism is a monotheist religion from the Levant region.
Mm-hmm. But what did he say? What was his belief system, if you could sum it up in a sentence?
I actually don't know. I'm asking you. Because you said that the way. Hold on. Your claim was that the way that we test the spirit is to apply parables to our lives. Can I just do the same thing with Anansi the spider? Because Anansi the spider has parables. There's Haitian voodoo parables.
I know there's.
So can I just do the same thing?
You can't. Right, so I think you'll be fruitful to a point in your life.
All right, you don't think I'll be fruitful if I use Haitian parables?
I think you'll be fruitful to a point.
To a point, okay. What does that mean? I'll be fruitful to a point.
I think worldly systems bear fruit into a point. I think Jesus offers you freedom from that point, that existent point. I think there's a lot of things in the world you can fill your time with.
There's a lot of things we can fill our time with, but only Jesus takes us beyond filling our time.
Yes.
Okay, so if Jesus takes us beyond filling our time, that means accepting Jesus, I'll be immortal, I'll be timeless. What does that mean?
Isn't that what he offers you? Life everlasting?
So he offers life everlasting. We'll be immortal. All right, cool. Prove that to be true. Okay, so
where we go?
We're not gonna know if we're gonna be immortal until after we die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what Christianity promises is that a Jewish carpenter wizard is gonna make us immortal after we die.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you
Okay,
believe
you see
he's
this
just
getting crazy.
carpenter,
Bar Lawrence, if y'all want this one, go ahead.
But I don't believe he's a wizard, and I don't believe
No, he's definitely a wizard. He's a wizard.
What he say? If you said if we want this, what he say? What he say? I walked off and I was parched. I needed some.
Gibson, repeat yourself real quick, please.
It was parched.
Gibson, I don't think you should repeat yourself. You don't want that work.
What did he say while I was gone?
I was asking him how do we
if we should believe different people as opposed to Christianity.
Yeah, because he said that
Okay, but
we should. He said that.
Wait.
So Gibson,
nigga, when I asked you ain't answer. So I'm waiting on Volsy to answer.
I was just answering you.
So Gibson said,
"Wait, then, just wait, brother."
So what I was asking Gibson is that because he said that we should apply the parables to our lives, right? So I said, can we do that with anything else, such as Haitian voodoo or whatever? Because that also has parables. He said, yes, but it's only going to work to a point. And I said, at what point? And I guess that point is after we die. So he said that Jesus offers us immortality after we die, and he can't prove that to be true. So what is the point of what we're doing here? That's basically all of it, Bar.
Okay, so
living your life to live for the point. What are you living your life for, brother?
No, I'm living my life to help my community out. That's what I'm living my life for.
And let's slow down. Let's slow down. I want to sir, just slow down. Just slow down, please.
No, I'm talking to the host. Like, brother, obviously you were like angry about something. You're not angry at me.
All right. So Gibson. Number one, don't assume people's motivations. But number two, the point of me living my life is to help out my community. Because we have a lot of traumatized young men out there. We have a lot of men that have been sucked into the red pill. We have a lot of young men out there who want to be YNs because they don't know what else to do. We have a lot of young men and women out there who have been assaulted by family members and they don't know how to deal with these issues. So my point of life is to become a therapist, to become a counselor, in order for me to help these people out, in order for us to get through our trauma together. And I don't need to believe in Jesus for me to do that.
And you do not need to believe in him to do that. You are absolutely right. Do you see anything of what he did during his life that contradicts how you live your life?
No.
Okay. That's all.
The Bible is fiction, young man.
But to paint
the Bible is fiction, sir.
This is
the Bible is fiction.
I second.
It begins
ridiculous.
It begins with two naked humans in a garden, and it ends with fucking Armageddon.
How does
Armageddon?
How does evolution begin, brother?
The Bible begins with two naked people in a garden with a tree of knowledge, and it ends with fucking Armageddon. Is that what you want black people to believe in?
Do you believe you came from a monkey?
No, sir.
Do you want black people to believe
sir.
That?
Monkeys and humans share a common ancestor. Monkeys and humans share a common ancestor. We do not come from fucking monkeys.
Yes,
all of us are apes. All of us are apes.
Slavery as well.
Sir, no, they use the Bible.
Well.
They use hold up.
Black people were less
involved. Hey, I'm gonna mute you for a minute. Just go on mute. Hey, look, listen. I know you don't know us.
Go on mute so we can educate you real quick. All right.
Vossy's my brother. Vossy's my brother. He you know what I'm saying? We do these live streams together. So even though I'm not on camera right now, I'm Vossy's co-host when I'm up here with him. So that's my brother. I'm not just a random guy up here on the stream yelling.
Correct. All right. So
nigga, I talk to Vossy on the phone. We text every day, nigga. This is my family. You don't know him.
Exactly. All right. So Gibson, let's actually teach you about what we're talking about. Okay. So when it comes to evolution, right? You are correct that they did use that as an excuse, but guess what they used was guess what they had some. That was a secondary excuse. Guess what the first excuse to enslave black people were? That it was God, the God-given right. They used religion first. They used the curse of Ham first. They used that first. And then when they couldn't justify it with that anymore, that's when they started to use that evolution. But guess what? Darwin himself said that evolution shows that there is no difference between the races. Darwin himself said that, right? 100%. So yeah, the people did use it incorrectly. And you can say that they use Christianity incorrectly. You can say that as well. I'm even going to give that to you. Let's say they use it incorrectly. The difference between evolution and the Bible is that the Bible actually gives instructions for slavery. Evolution never says that. Evolution is only a theory of population genetics. And we know that human beings and are related to the other apes because of morphology, because of genetics, because of endogenous retroviruses. That's how we know that we're related to the other apes. Us, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and bonobos, we share 97 to 99% of our DNA. We have a fusion of chromosome 2, us and chimpanzees, in the same spot. And we have androgynous retroviruses in the same spot as well.
The last 30 seconds.
So hold on. I'm not done, Gibson. Gibson, you need to actually you cannot listen if you're talking. You can't listen if you're talking. You cannot listen if you're talking.
You're telling me about the
You cannot listen if you're talking. You cannot listen if you're talking. So you clearly need to understand what evolution says, and how we can. You need to understand what evolution says and how we can prove it. If evolution isn't true, you would have to show why we have androgynous retroviruses in the exact same spot. Gibson, be quiet.
Well,
Gibson, you need to be quiet for a second. What you need to do, as I'm already told you what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna talk. You're gonna talk. I'll let you talk. If I said something wrong, you're going to correct me after I'm finished my statement. Otherwise, you're not listening. So when it comes to evolution, the reason why I know you doubt evolution is because you asked Bar, do you think we came from monkeys? It's not what evolution says. Number one. Number two, if you think evolution is incorrect, how do you explain endogenous retroviruses?
Never said evolution was incorrect. The reason I said that to Bar was obviously hyperbole and it was satirical, right? But the context of what you said before in your statement, that people misused evolution to justify slavery, to justify the mistreatment of our ancestors, same way they misused Christianity. I would say the objective of Christianity was freedom from the laws of Leviticus and Numbers. I think the understanding and again, the understanding that the Hebrews had of the world came from their plight in the world. And Christianity was a freedom from a system of religion that was developed.
That freedom is
that's a fucking lie. All of that you just said is bullshit.
Harmful. That freedom was detrimental to traditions. That freedom was detrimental to language. That freedom that you speak through Christianity being freedom is offensive. It is offensive to my ancestors.
The Christians colonized the using Christianity. They have, brother, you have to shut the fuck up while I'm speaking. Brother, be quiet. I got you. Come box with charity. I got you. Dude, you don't even know who you're fucking talking to, nigga. You're not the only trained fighter in the world.
Well, and so now your Christianity leads,
nigga, it's
that's hard.
Sir, my hands are registered. My hands are fucking registered, nigga. I've been doing MMA since I was fucking 10. I have a black belt. Pussy, you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't get a punch in, nigga. You wouldn't get a punch in.
All right, let's do this. Everybody pause. Let's bring it back in.
I've been beating niggas up my whole life, nigga.
Let's bring it back in. I'm sorry, Bar. No, Bar. I got you, Bar. I got you.
Nigga said, "Come box me. I will hurt you, nigga."
Yeah, but Gibson, you don't want that, bro. You don't.
What are you talking about?
You just have to realize
everybody chill.
That when we pin their constructs, it's painful to them.
Yeah. You see what? All right, so let's bring it back in.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Rogers. Go ahead, Rogers. Actually, go ahead.
When you talk outside of the parameter of their awareness, they become aggressive. He is listening to respond and not to reason. If you understand psychology,
that part, that part.
Well, when he's,
it was just, how am I aggressive? And I just got cussed at. He was already aggressive. Like,
hey man, listen.
You said you were fight niggas, bro. Like,
he literally told me to pull up on him.
But
we're trying to respond to
Christianity in you should give you grace to pass over and wink anything that he said. We're saying the hypocrisy is in the harm of you saying one thing and doing another, Mr. That's what we are saying.
Yes.
So please do not say that Christianity gave anyone, male or female, freedom.
All right.
Okay.
So
hold up, y'all. Everybody, hold on.
Can we all? Everybody pause. Everybody pause.
His understanding.
I got you. It's give me a second. Okay. Everybody pause. Let's go ahead and bring this back in. All right. Because I know Bar wanted to say something. And we want to talk about how Gibson talked about the freedom aspect of it. The whole freedom aspect, I think is BS, number one. And we're gonna be done with you, Gibson, in a few moments because we've been over time already. All right. So you said that it offers us freedom. We don't need Christianity for any type of freedom. But Bar, go ahead and say what you was gonna say, and I think we're gonna get to Earthly, and then we'll move on to Rets. Yeah. And because we got.
All I was gonna say, it won't even take long. All I was gonna say is when people, don't listen to what they're preaching. Look at the external evidence of what they're saying. He just said that Christianity is about preaching freedom and all that bullshit. And what I was gonna tell y'all is, 80. I think when I just checked it, 84 to 86% of this fucking planet has been colonized by Christians. And Lord will tell you, if you look up what's called the Joshua Project, they have a fucking website where they have all of the places on the earth that have not been targeted or Christianized yet. So, and we see everywhere this religion has been spread, it's been forced on people. Those people have been colonized. Those people have been anglicized. They are Anglophiliacs. Everywhere Christianity has spread, they're Anglophiliacs. Anglophiliacs are people who are in love with European culture and customs. They have been Europeanized. We see bondage. We see slavery. We see oppression. We see racism. We see hatred, bigotry, discrimination, white supremacy. Everywhere this religion has been spread, we see those aspects. And he's saying that this is a religion of peace and freedom. Historically incorrect. When you look at the external, stop reading the fucking Bible, look around outside of scripture, and you'll see bondage. You'll see slavery. You'll see rape. You'll see racism, white supremacy. Ain't no fucking freedom nowhere. Nowhere on the continent of Africa are they majority Christian and liberated. Nowhere. Point me a motherfucking place on the map where they are majority Christian and liberated. Free from colonization, free from European control. Show it to me, and I'll shut the fuck. I'll change my name to Black Christian Rants. I'll become a fucking Jehovah's Witness right now. Show it to me on the fucking map.
You got a point.
You can show it to me on the map, nigga. I'll take the whole page down. I'll be a fucking Christian, and I'll put a cross around my neck. Show me on this planet where they are Christian and liberated. Show me.
And that they have freedom.
Exactly. All right. We're gonna go ahead and I got you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on real quick. I want to get everyone into the conversation because I gotta get out of here in 20 minutes, but I don't want to be unfair to Double and Ellis. Rets, give me 1 second. Double, are you at least 18 and do you have any type of religion?
23 and I'm an ex-Christian. So
gotcha. How about you, Ellis? Ellis, on the bottom here, are you at least 18 and ain't about religion?
Yes, I'm 28 and I am a Christian.
You're a Christian. All right, cool. So you and Rets are gonna be partnered up on this one, because in 20 minutes I got to get out of here. All right, Rets. You've heard all of us already. We don't believe that Black people should be Christian. Why, in your opinion, should Black people be Christian? Did Reds go away? Oh no, he's there.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why should Black folks be Christian?
For one, well, I'm not in here to argue that they should be Christian. I'm in here to argue against that they should not be Christian.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah. You're okay. So you're not here to argue.
I'm arguing against the denial.
No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Well, that's what's on the screen.
Do you disagree with the prompt? Yes or no?
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay, then.
Okay,
let's go there.
Let's go there. So why should we be Christian?
Why should we be Christian, sir? Let's get straight to it.
I'm arguing. I'm arguing against the proposition that black people should not.
Okay.
Why
go ahead.
should black people be Christian? Sir, I don't give a fuck. Why should black people be Christian? Go ahead.
Well, for one, this historicity of the Gospels.
Okay.
So let's go with the historicity. Gotcha. Okay. No. History of the Gospels. All right. So
and the reason why I say no is because we are not Christian because we didn't write the fucking Gospels. Why are you using the Gospels as why we should be Christian? When they came and introduced us to Christianity, it was through colonialism. The Bible wasn't dropped down in the middle of fucking Congo. We didn't receive this revelation from Christ. We didn't write the Gospels. We did not write the Gospel, sir. It was written in Greek.
Let me get some clarification, Reds. Let me get some clarification. So you said the historicity of the Gospels, but the history of what that was happening, right? That legend that came from Levant. It didn't come from anywhere in Africa. Are you saying that those stories are true and then we should all accept it? Just like how we all accept that Julius Caesar was the emperor of Rome. Like these Gospels are based on factual basis and not legendary stories.
Well, I want to first establish that Jesus Christ was a real person.
No, he wasn't, sir. He was not a real person. The Gospels are not first century documents. The Gospels are not they're not written by eyewitnesses. They're not contemporary to the life of Jesus. And in the Pauline letters, Paul doesn't even meet fucking Jesus. We have no evidence of these created creatures outside of the text themselves. Josephus is not evidence of Jesus. Tacitus is not evidence of Jesus. Suetonius is not evidence of Jesus. Nobody writes about Jesus. Every fucking thing that the biblical scholars and historians are using for evidence of Jesus can be, if once held up to scrutiny, it's literally not evidence. Me and my big brother did a fucking 3-hour live on all of the evidence for Jesus last night. If anybody wants to see it, go to Black Atheist Rants on YouTube and type in. It's the first live stream that comes up. It got 3,000 fucking views. And it's literally titled Jesus Never Existed, featuring B.A.A.S.H. And we go through all of the evidences. We pull the shit up on the screen. We break it down word for word, line for line, bar for bar. Josephus did not write about Jesus the Christ. Tacitus did not write about Jesus the Christ. The Gospels are not first century. They're not eyewitness. They're not contemporary. And they contradict each other. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Black people should still not be Christian. Doom to Verses 1452. Do you know what that is? Let's get to the brass fucking tacks. Doom to Verses 1452. Do you know what that is?
What book?
Doom de Versus 1452. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a papal bull from the Christian church, the papacy, the Pope, the vicar of Christ, the seat of Christianity. They came out with the papal bull in the 15th century, and that papal bull is instructions to the white European Christians to go into Africa and reduce all non-Christians to permanent, perpetual slavery. That's what the Doom de Versus says. If you go and read a book called Black AF History, in the 2nd chapter, it talks about the church fight that started slavery. In that chapter, it references in 1455 when the Pope Nicholas V told Henry the Navigator that he can monopolize over fucking kidnapping and trafficking black people as long as he baptized those niggas first. Mm-hmm. What the fuck are we talking about, sir? You're not even black, so you're getting extra smoke. The Gospels, that's fictitious. They can't even get the birth of Jesus right. They don't even know when this nigga was born.
Christmas on Easter.
All right, so yeah. Double, give me 1 second. All right, pause me real quick, Bart, because we're gonna end soon. About, nigga? Yeah, we're gonna end soon. But I got. I'm still. No, I'm sorry. No, all good. All the smoke. I got you. All right, Ellis, we want you to get in on this. Why should black people be Christian? You there, Ellis? There you are.
Yeah, sorry about
that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like I take Rhett's position. I don't really necessarily feel like people should or shouldn't do anything. I know what's
because y'all are not black. It's no harm, no foul for y'all. If you're Christian, who gives a fuck? The days of the week, the months of the year, and the fucking planets are named after Eurocentric mythology and culture. Who gives a fuck if I'm white and not Christian? I can go get a fucking loan from Navy Federal. White towns were not destroyed in the name of Jesus. Ain't no white codes. Ain't no white slave codes. Ain't no black. That's not an African version of the doomed verses in the Romanist Pontifex.
Right?
We're not. What you say, nigga? We're not.
Wait,
so listen to me,
hold on.
Young man, hold up. No, Vosi, hold on. Everybody, hold on.
I got you.
Everybody, hold on. We're not talking about just. We're not talking about just slavery because yes, indentured servitude and slavery predates the 15th century. We're not talking about just slavery. It's important to understand that this is not a conversation about just slavery. We're talking about the colonization of black people, the transatlantic slave trade that cannot be compared to. You cannot compare the transatlantic slave trade to any
ramifications of Christianity.
Hold on.
He's saying it goes beyond that, young man.
Give me a second, Earthly.
Letting you know.
Yes, ma'am. We're not talking about just slavery. We're talking about the transatlantic slave.
Do you know who the first person who outright condemned said it's absolutely wrong is?
Yeah, that's irrelevant though, Rex.
Sir.
The point is
stop. Wait, hold the fuck on. God damn.
Be quiet, Ritz.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you.
Be quiet.
I'm gonna mute you. So when we look at colonization of black people, we have been fighting them since they pulled up. We're not about to give that. We're not about to give the credit to no Quakers or no white people for saying these are the first people to fight against the transatlantic slave trade. We've been fighting the fucking transatlantic slave trade and the doomed verses since they pulled up. You're not about to do that to us, sir. You're not about to whitewash history and give that title to a white man nowhere. Because when you speak on your Quakers and your abolitionists, why do y'all jump to the Quakers and the abolitionists and not talk about who the fuck they're Quakering and abolitioning against? The doomed verses. No, let me talk to these motherfuckers. The doomed verses, the doomed verses and the Romanist Pontifex predate the Quakers and the abolitionists. You don't get you can't start with abolition. You gotta start with the fucking white people coming in and kidnapping black people. I don't give a fuck about a Quaker or an abolitionist. They're white. I'm talking about the white people that started this shit.
And Gregory of Nyssa lived in the 4th century, long before the Quaker.
This nigga not even listening.
My dick in your mouth right now. dick and balls in your mouth. I don't give a fuck about no 4th century anything because that did not stop the Crusades, Inquisitions, or the doomed verse. It didn't stop shit. This nigga bringing up the 4th century. That ain't stop nothing. Niggas still in chains.
I ain't stop nothing. All right, Ellis. So you say you will take the same position as Retz. So my question was, do you take the gospel stories to be something that's historical, as much as Genghis Khan conquering all of Asia? Do you think those verses are historical? Because that was his argument.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of parables and things in there, but yeah,
we ain't here for no parables, white man. We're here for the truth.
Right.
These are black people watching this. I can't afford you to get up here and talk about no fucking parables and allegory. I need factual evidence. Do you have it?
Sure.
Right. What are some of the factual things that we can use? What are some of the factual or evidence that we can use that Jesus rose from the dead or that he was even a real person?
Well, just again, as far as evidence and accuracy goes, you keep referring to me as white. I'm black though.
Well, act like it, nigga. You act like it. Show me. Prove it. Prove it right now. Christianity is a white man's religion. The God is white. The son is white. The mother is depicted as white. The fucking people in the Old Testament are depicted as white. Everybody's depicted as white. What are black people at?
You want me to prove that I'm black? Like turn on my camera?
No, I'm saying act like it. Stand with us.
Act like myself.
And take us off Bluetooth because it's echoing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got to echo, bro.
We love you, brother, but we don't.
I want to see if you black or not.
Acting like yourself. We believe that
I'm gonna put you on mute till
like
you fix
what
that.
You have been indoctrinated to.
You got to show me, because y'all be skin folk, but y'all don't be kin folk.
Yeah, but we want to bring them along too.
No, we don't.
They
see that's how they got Malcolm and Martin. That's how they got Malcolm and Martin.
I know, King.
Right, cool. But trying to help them all. We can't save all these niggas. What is that? Don't look black to me.
Hold on, let's blow this up. Let's blow this up. Hold on, let's blow this up.
You're a Negro peeing.
Oh yeah, that no, he's just light. He just light. That's it. He's just light.
I was just making sure.
No, we gotta give it to him. We gotta give it to him, and you giving it to him raw. You keep
we are.
It. But
all right, Earthy, give me a second. Let me continue with them. All right, so so Ellis, this religion was used to enslave our people, bro. So why should we go ahead and believe in something that denigrated and enslaved our folks? Why should we do that?
Because I think that was a result of combining imperialism with something that never should have been combined with imperialism. I think that's something that Constantine did back in the 3rd century. And for me, it's grounded me and got me through the toughest times in my life. If it doesn't work like that, that's fine.
The Old Testament is literally, and it literally tells them to go out and offer these people slavery. And if they reject it, unalive them all any fucking way. This is it. When we look, because see,
including their first
Miss Earthly, hold on, please. Give Black Atheist some time. I need some. Let me get some room. Let me spread these wings and fly a little bit. I love you though. I appreciate you. Listen to me, sir. According to y'all's tradition, the New Testament is a continuation of the Old, right? Didn't Jesus come for the lost sheep of Israel? Didn't he say he came to fulfill the law? If you read those laws, it is an instruction manual for the Israelites to enslave and colonize everywhere. Offer them slavery, offer them fucking servitude. The Israelites are to be enslaved differently than everyone else. Israelites can be let go. They can't be passed down as property. The foreigners, no. So when we look at the Bible, we see violence, we see subjugation, we see colonization, colonialism, discrimination based on tribe, nation. We see the early dripple effect of racism. We don't see what you're talking about. And when we look at the New Testament, Jesus ain't, man, look, Lord's done been on my fucking live day in, day out, telling you motherfuckers that Jesus ain't saying the shit y'all talking about is Pauline. That's Pauline Christianity. For the Gentile shit, that's Paulianity. Pauline. Jesus came for the lost sheep of Israel. Jesus came to fulfill the law. Jesus was a fucking Torah observant Jew.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't no motherfucking. I'm this different nigga. I come to set shit on fire and do everything differently from the Father, historically and biblically incorrect. And my people can pull the verses up for you any day of the week.
Yeah.
So that's incorrect, young man.
So Ellis, when it comes to this entire thing, right? Number one, we can't historically show it to be true. We've been saying this for a long time, this entire live, and no one has actually come up here and shown that Jesus actually arose from the dead or that he was even a real person. Even if we accept that he was a real person, there's no evidence that he rose from the dead. So why should we accept these stories, especially since they came from the Levant, nothing to do with us at all? Why should we accept some other foreigners' cultural deification and not deify our own? You ever thought about that, Ellis? You there, Ellis? Let me invite him to unmute. You there, Ellis? Going once? Going twice?
Yeah, I'd run too. After block,
Right.
I'd run too, little nigga. Run,
right.
nigga, run. Yeah, I get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, all right, y'all. I've been on for about 3 hours. I'm inviting nobody up. I'm not inviting nobody else up. I got to get out of here, man, before my lady yells at me. All right, Harold, you're gonna be the last one. I promise. This one's gonna only be about 10 minutes, and then everything will shut down once 10 minutes is over. All right, Harold, are you at least 18? Are you black? Are you Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
Yes, I'm over 18. I'm black, she would have used that term, and I'm a Christian.
All right, cool.
Yeah, after because I think Ariel and EP is on, so after they get off, I'll get on because we supposed to be over there anyway. So when they get off, I'll get on, Lawrence. But he said he's black, he's a Christian. I hate when they answer are they black like that? Like, nigga, don't worry about it. I'll let it rock for a second.
Yeah,
time.
Exactly.
You said you're Christian.
Yeah, Harold said he's Christian, but he's on.
I'm Christian.
There we go.
Yeah, but why you going on Teacup? They can't say you. ChatGPT can't save you from this one. Don't run from it. Come here.
Yeah, Harold, we can't.
Bro. Black people shouldn't be Christian. Let's get to it.
Yeah, and Harold, when you swipe out the app, hold on, Harold. When you swipe out the app, we can't hear you. So don't swipe on the.
Okay, yeah, I'm new to this app, man. So forgive me.
Now you're acclimated. Now you know. Black people shouldn't be Christian.
Cool. All right, so we shouldn't be Christian. This is the religion of our enslavers. The only reason why you're Christian today is because an enslaved or colonized ancestor passed it down to your parents, basically. So we should reject colonization, right? And colonize. If we reject all of colonization, that includes Christianity.
Okay, so is she going off that notion? At the end of the day, I think the Bible's true in all its ways. So when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, you'll see the blessings and the curses. So majority of the people who are talking about, most of the people who are talking about colonization or people being taken of Africa, or certain majority in the West, but then also in South Africa and Angola. Where were those people from? Where did they descend from? That's where the majority of this. Oh, what am I talking about? You're not.
Yeah. I'm confused. You said the
slave trade, right?
Hold on, Harold. Hold on.
That was me.
All right.
That was me. My bad.
No, all good. So Harold, you said that the people from Southern Africa, you asked where are they from? Because you realize that the southern part of Africa was also got enslaved by the Boers, right? The Boers went around enslaving them too.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, cool. So this was used to justify to enslave and colonize us. As a matter of fact, South Africa, which was like basically a precursor to America with their segregation and shit like that, that was they all had churches and they believed in God and all that good stuff, and that was they did segregation based on the verses of not being equally yoked, based on interpretations of the curse of Ham, all that good stuff. So, like, what are we talking about? Now, you said that the Bible is perfect in all its ways. Is that what you said, or did I mistake that?
No, I'm saying, yeah, according to the scriptures, yeah. It's
so are there any
inherent word of God? Yeah.
Do you think there are any contradictions or anything like that?
Not personally, no.
You don't believe there are any contradictions? Okay, cool. No. So if I were to show you a contradiction, what would that say about the Bible?
What contradiction are you going to show me, bro?
Josiah, right? And we're going to read 2 Kings, and then we're going to read 2 Chronicles. 2 Kings is the original story. 2 Chronicles is a retelling of that same story.
All right. So in 2 Kings 20,
you've already answered the question.
Hold on. In 2 Kings 23:29-30, it says, in his days, Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, went to the king of Assyria to the river Euphrates. King Josiah went to meet him. But when Pharaoh Necho met him at Megiddo, he killed him. His servants carried him dead in a chariot from Megiddo, brought him to Jerusalem, buried him in his tomb. The people of the land took Joahaz, son of Josiah, anointed him, made him king, etc. The same story is told in 2 Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
The archers shot King Josiah,
and the king said to his servants, take me away, for I am badly wounded. So his servants took him out of the chariot and carried him into a second chariot and brought him to Jerusalem. There he died and was buried in the tomb of his ancestors. All of Judah and Jerusalem mourned his death. So in the original story, 2 Kings, it says that he was killed in Megiddo, or he died in Megiddo. In the other story, the retelling the story in 2 Chronicles, it says that he died in Jerusalem. Which one is it?
We know it's the original one.
All right. So, so you're saying that 2 Chronicles got it wrong?
We know that 2 Chronicles is based on a later interpretation. We know that.
So he got it wrong?
I won't say you got it wrong. It's based on a later interpretation. But now
it's not a later interpretation. It's not later interpretation. It's the same story, just retelling the story.
No, we know that Chronicles is based on when we go according to Chronicles, we know that Kings is to the Tanakh, so we know.
So they got it wrong.
Hey, Volsy. What the fuck are we doing?
Anyway, well,
no, he's the one.
Let me.
So Harold,
I'm talking to my brother.
Nah.
I'm talking to my brother. Please,
Harold. He asked me a question, so I'm gonna answer.
Let me talk to my brother.
So So he claimed that there's no contradictions. I showed him a clear one, but he's trying to tap dance out of it.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
I know. I ain't talking about him. Listen to me. Listen to me, big bro.
Gotcha.
It does not matter, contradiction or not. We're arguing about contradictions in fiction. This is fiction. This is myth making, superstition, folklore. It don't even fucking matter about a contradiction. We still should, even if he can prove, even if he has the apologetics to demonstrate to you that it's not a contradiction. Who gives a fuck? We still shouldn't be Christian. Let's get to the meat and the fucking potatoes so we can get him gone and you can enjoy the rest of the evening with the missus. Let's do that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we still shouldn't be Christian, Harold, because we can't show this to be true. Like a lot of this is fictional.
Okay,
it is fictional. All of it is fictional.
Since you were reading the scripture, can you read one for me?
I don't give a no. We're not reading the scripture right now. We're pressed for time. We are
pressed for time. You got 3 minutes, Harold.
I got 3 minutes. Read me a scripture, Revelations chapter 16.
I don't give a fuck about Revelations.
Harold, why should we care about Revelations?
You want to be taught by atheists instead of men of God? That doesn't make sense. You want atheist men to read the scripture to you.
Yeah, no one else coming up, y'all.
We're not.
Harold, chapter 16 on verse 12.
Everybody pause. Harold, I'm not reading Revelations. I'm asking you, why should black people be Christian? Because we cannot show this thing to be true. We cannot show that Jesus rose from the dead. We cannot show that he was even actually a real person, even though historians accept that he was. We cannot show that the prophet Elijah flew up to heaven in a fiery chariot, which sounds fucking crazy. We cannot show that Adam and Eve were real people, which is also bullshit because we know that Adam and Eve's story is not real. Two people cannot create billions. Randomness, there's no one else who's gonna come up because I gotta leave. Okay, randomness, go ahead and drop down. I gotta leave. We got 2 minutes. All right. So Harold, we cannot show this to be true. Much of it is fictional. Even if you say that King David was a real guy, the stories around him are all fictional. All right. So why should we be Christian if much of this story, if much of this book is fictional from goat herders who are getting high on mushrooms?
All I'm gonna say is the river Euphrates drying up right now?
No. All right.
It's not. Okay.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all, because we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because
he's about to waste your time, and I'm not about to let him. I'm not about to let that nigga waste your time.
Say what I wanted, y'all.
You said
my bad, double. My bad, double.
Follow Volsy, follow me, and you'll get to say it another time. Who the fuck keep letting these niggas up?
Already.
Yeah.
Well, then you gotta start tuning in to the live.
Yeah. Start tuning in.
We don't even know you.
I'm gonna do that though.
Do that. Yeah, that's all. That's you. You want to. You know what I'm saying? Because we do this. So man, make sure you follow and support the live, and you know what I'm saying. We'll have you on that.
Yeah, me and Bar do these every Sundays double. So every Sundays from around this time, from about 3 to 6. I started late today. I started from 4 to about 7.
I did too.
It's about 7:30. So no, all good. So we do this for about 3 hours. And yeah, I mean, I'm always Bar actually comes to mine, or I go to his. Next week is gonna be on his. So we're gonna go ahead and go on his. Yeah. So next week around 3-4 o'clock double. Go ahead and join us and join this community, bro. Because last thing I gotta say. Yeah, last thing I gotta say, yeah, man, I do this from Thursdays to Sundays. But if you wanna, you could join Bar though. Bar does this on Monday through Wednesday, so you could join him. All right. So just for our last thing, we're a community here. All right. Shout out to Cherry, Earthy, you're part of our community now. Shout out to Lords. Shout out to Bar. We're all part of this community. We're having the Black Atheist, Agnostic, Skeptics, and Humanist Cookout coming on in June. Bar is definitely gonna be performing. Harold, we're out of here. All right, we're not taking any more guests. All right, so we're gonna go get out of here, guys. Join the community. I appreciate y'all. The Black Atheists, Agnostic, Skeptics, and Humanists Cookout, the B.A.A.S.H Cookout this June. Go ahead and come on out. We appreciate y'all for being here. Double definitely come to the next one, and we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Let everybody know where they can find you. Bar, where could they find you, bro?
Man, all platforms at Black Atheist Ranch. Spell it how it's pronounced. Spell it how it's usually spelled. Black Atheist Ranch. My face is gonna pop up on every platform. I appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely. Lords, tell the people where they can find you, Lords. Lord, you there? All right. Cherry, where can they find you, Cherry?
Hey y'all, I'm Cherry on the go. I'm an atheist. I deconstruct religion as well. I'll be at the cookout, y'all.
Definitely. Double, let us know where they can find you, Double.
Double 2 on here and on Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, on here and Instagram.
On here and Instagram. And Earthly, our new beautiful sister, let us know where they can find you as well.
Blessings, King. I'm Earthly Color Brown. I am a Bruja. I am also by day trade a math and science teacher for 9th and 10th graders. You can find me here on TikTok at Earthly Color Brown. Occasionally I go over to Insta, but more on TikTok. Wonderful platform. Pardon my passion on occasion, but wonderful platform. Thank you.
Of course, I appreciate you. All right, Earthly, I do appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I've been on for 3 hours, and I'm pretty much done with it now. Sorry, no one else can come up. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. But I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all watching me over on Deconstruction Junction. Appreciate y'all watching me over on the Volsy Thoughts Live. Y'all wonderful. Remember to follow me. Remember, y'all, we're gonna have a good night. And every man should be soft, all right? Be secure, be affectionate, be wise, be flexible.